Teamwork is dreamwork. Let the magic be. Stars, shine for me. Not now.
Mighty mythical beast! Congratulations!
Everybody stand back! Cue the spotlight! Don't be scared. The night is cold.
Up to it, Manzai! Alley-oop!
I'm going in! Be amazed! Cold, line to command.
Mighty mythical beast!
Let's spark things up. Justice will prevail! Stop right there!
I got you covered!
Midnight Phantasmical.
You asked for it!
Surrender and it'll be gentle.
Don't get too close!
Odds revealed by... Justice will prevail! Drop your weapons!
Supporting fire!
Midnight Phantasmical! Stay out of my way! Charge! Charge! Strong! Everybody stand back! You asked for it! Let's move!
Up to it, Manzai!
I'm going in! Justice will prevail! Start the clock!
Mighty mythical beast!
Everybody stand back! Form first! On my mark! Brave names echo! Admissible evidence! Boom boom! Ja! Ja! Ta! Ha! Bring it! Let the mountain veins boil!
Let's do this then!
Let me weave you a verse.
You're toast! Ja!
Out of the way or get blown away!
Letting great names echo! Inadmissible evidence! Boom boom! Eat this! Witness the power of Guhua! Hear the echoes of the valley! Incinerate! Breath of the flame! Letting brave names echo! Boom boom! Nice and spicy! Let me weave you a verse. Incinerate! Time for your arraignment! Hear the echoes of the valley! Running late again. Let's roll. You're toast. U.S. by Royal Antenna, Grand B Strike. Charge! Yeah! Headbutt! Hands right! Wings of darkness! Come!